In this episode of the Escape Your Limits podcast, we speak to a pioneer of exercise in the East who started out as a personal trainer after graduating from the University of Hong Kong before going on to great things at the head of some of the industry's iconic companies. Having spent over 2 decades in fitness, previously serving as CEO of Will's Fitness and Vice President of California Fitness, today's guest is no stranger to success in multiple cities such as Hong Kong, Taipei, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur and Shanghai. Since starting his current role in just over 4 years, the company has seen its annual revenue increase from 500 RMB million to 1.6 billion. To discuss these secrets of financial success, fitness excellence and more, please welcome Terry Wu, CEO of Tera Wellness, to the Escape Your Limits podcast.
Thanks,
Welcome.
Matthew.
Thanks
for the interview.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you today.
Yes, and tell us, where are we? We're at the bottom of one of your locations, is that right? We're in
Yes, exactly. We have this city club, and then our office is actually located on the 6th and the 7th floor.
Right, okay.
Here, yeah.
And it's a big building.
It's a big building. We've got not only a gym, we also have a tennis court. We also have a basketball court. We've got the badminton as well. So we've also got a football court.
Right.
On the 4th floor, yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So we want to have provide the members all around, facilities, make sure they really can enjoy the workout in Tera Wellness.
Yeah.
Because most of our gym in Tera not only have the workout area, we've got swimming pools, as mentioned, we've got some ball games court, and also we provide the different, training to the members to make sure, as mentioned, they can really enjoy the workout out of it.
Yeah. So tell us a bit about how you came into the industry. What was the beginning for Terry?
22 years ago, I started as a personal trainer in California Fitness.
Okay.
And then in 2013, I've got the chance. 2003, I've got an opportunity moving from Hong Kong to Taiwan as the district fitness manager over there, managing the fitness side in Taipei.
Right.
And then in 2005, I moved from Taipei to Singapore. And then in Singapore, I remember my boss at that time, called Steve, he called me, hey Terry, there's a new project, a yoga project without a name. Why not you come back Hong Kong and run the business? At that time, really, I say no. Because I've been working in the fitness side, working in my comfort zone for 6-7 years time. Why I have to leave my comfort zone and start from scratch? But Steve told me, hey Terry, it's time to leave your comfort zone. So I moved from Singapore back to Hong Kong to run that project called My Yoga. It's a yoga project, and then at that time I learned to be a general manager, not only run the fitness side, but also marketing, sales, operations, group exercise, and also every single department in the back office side. Right. So I love this challenge, and then since then I've been running, as a businessman or as a total operator in California Fitness. And in 2010, 8 years ago, I moved from Hong Kong, California Fitness, and then come over to China. And then so I've been working in Shanghai for 8 years' time.
Right.
Yeah, so it is a new challenge because it's really different. Because I've been working in an American company for 13 years' time. The culture experience is great. But when they have to merge into the East, that's a little different. So
you started with, so when you started in 2003, that was an American company you was working with?
Yeah, exactly. So in 1996, 97, I worked as a trainer in Cali.
Right.
So it's an American company, American culture. I grow as a trainer to a district manager, to a fitness director, and then to a vice president in an American culture.
Right.
But when in 2010, I moved from Hong Kong as the VP of California Fitness to the CEO of Will's. Over here, the culture is different.
And just on that, paint a picture of what it was like in Asia back in when you started for California Fitness. What was the industry like? What was going on in the clubs? What was happening at that time?
At that time, we always focus on wow experience. We want to focus on members' experience. And then it's different, especially Hong Kong at that time, and then Singapore and Taiwan is more mature. So the people's mentality working out is different. When I first come to China 8 years ago, the mentality and the workout attitude is different. They don't really think it's a necessity to buy a membership. And at that time, the most valuable they think the gas generation program is dragging in. Right. Dragging, making phone calls. But we have to change the culture. We know that we have to provide the service. We know members referrals. That's the key. And for sure, recently, we know not only member referrals, but also O2O. So we rely on a lot of online to offline platform to drive the guests into our club. So I moved from, really, 15 years ago from an American wow culture, members experience, members referrals to 8 years ago in China that's reliant on dragging in, making phone calls, to now is, I think, pretty much the same as what I was in American company.
Right.
So we focus on members experience, referrals, O2O recently because we rely on a lot of internet. We know this is the way to generate the guests, and we do a lot of incentive now to the operation team. How to provide great experience to the member, not only meeting their expectation, but exceed their expectation.
Yeah.
So this is what we are doing now in our company.
And back when you started, from what I understand, just when you were opening the clubs, there was queues of people wanting to join. Was that?
Yeah, in Hong Kong, right? You
Right.
mean in 1996
Right.
in Hong Kong? Yeah, it's different because at the time everyone thank you. California open a gym in Hong Kong. Lang Kwai Fong is crazy. How can you open a club with that rent? But it's very successful.
Really?
And then so it gives me the confidence. Yes, I think we're really doing something, changing people's life for fitness. Right. We are not only selling membership; we're changing people's life.
Why do you think it was so? Why do you think it was so successful at that time? Was there just nothing like that before?
I think there's nothing like that at that time.
Right.
And then Hong Kong people, they love to work out. And then I remember at that time, we work out not only a workout environment, but also a place that we can have a chance to make friends with each other, and then just like a party.
Right.
We work out. So this is the atmosphere I would like to bring over to China. So every single day, I like to, instead of having meetings in the office, I love to tour the clubs, talk to the members, interact with the members, to bring that kind of energy to the club, because I think energy is very important in our industry. I think at that time, California Fitness, have that kind of energy, not only to the staff, but also to the members. Right. So at that time, why they are so successful? Because of the energy. I would say it's the energy. Yeah.
What were some of the things, the principles that you learned from those early days in Hong Kong, where where it was successful that you're probably still using today?
I think first thing first is the passion.
Right.
We always say, like what you do what you like.
Right.
I'm very passionate, very enthusiastic about my career. I love it. So I also bring it to the culture here, make sure the staff here, they love their job. It's not only a job, it's a career.
Right.
We are selling health products, we are selling health to every single members. And secondly is lead by example.
Is the
lead by example.
Leading
by example.
Right.
So because a lot of managers, when I first hit China, they think, oh, I'm manager. I just need to manage. But the thing is, yes, you're a manager, but you have to lead by example to sell, or you have to lead by example to provide service to the member. You're not just a manager. We are not Morgan Stanley. We are something that's people industry. So passionate and also lead by example. So while I keep working out every single day, I woke up early in the morning at 7 every day. I do my cardio workout to keep it in good shape, because when I talk to the staff, I say you have to be in good shape. In Tera, even I worked in Wales before, every single trainer, they have to do the in-body test.
What's that?
It is a body composition analysis.
Right.
Make sure I know our trainer are in good shape.
Really?
The body fat percentage, the muscle percentage, this is what I have to know. Make sure we are the product. Right. So if I talk to the trainers, you have to be in good shape. I have to be in good shape.
What happens if they fail the body fat?
I'll tell you, man. Seriously, they'll be demoted.
Really?
Because different trainer, they have different level. They start from PT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If they failed, and I give them 2 weeks time to improve. If they still fail, they're demoted from level 6 to level 5.
Right.
So we make sure they know this is important, because I don't want to have just focus on sales. I think sales is the end. We have to focus on the progress as well. That is service, that is professionalism. So when I talk to the trainers, we have to be professional. We have to be a product. So this is what I would say, I'll lead by example. I work out every single day, and then I also, have the course of the boxing class. So make sure if I push the boxing classes, I have to be one of it. I have to participate. So this is what I'm doing to make sure I'm leading by example.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, going back to the early days then, so passion was one of the key things
Yeah.
that made them successful. What else? What were they doing anything innovative on the sales side or the personal training? What else do you think?
For the sales side, I think very important thing is the referrals.
Right.
Because if in terms of the cost line, we know we can't do a lot above the line campaign. We know it costs a lot of money above the line campaign. But if we focus on the member referrals, we always say we are selling we're selling health to every single guest. So if I love working in Tera, I'll bring my friend to work out with me. But if we cannot provide good service, why he will bring a friend to work out with you? So not only in sales, but also trainer side. We talk to trainers, we focus on referrals. How? As mentioned, professionalism, product, and also Kelly give me the experience. We have to, as mentioned, give the member the service exceed the expectation. When they join the membership, they have the expectation. We need to exceed that. So for the operation staff, I make sure they are not only swiping the card to let the member check in. I make sure the operation staff, they have to know the member, their name, and then, hey, member doing good, good shape. Wow, you're getting in good shape. How's the work in the last 2 days? Your birthday, so your birthday. So this is the interaction. I have to make sure sales, PD, ops, and group exercise instructors, they are providing this kind of service to the member. That I learned in the past, Kelly.
Right.
And I also want to bring this over to China.
Yeah.
Because as mentioned, when I first come over here, is all reliant on really, I would say, hard selling. Hard selling is all on price war.
Right.
Selling very low price point, and we know selling low price point just killing the business. The rental is increase every single year. Utilities, every cost line increase every single year. But if the price, we keep dropping the price, they're killing the business. Yeah. So I would like to bring this kind of culture, the mentality here. Is not the kind of price war here. It's a kind of service. It's a kind of professionalism here.
So what do you think happened from, obviously that company that you started is no longer around, is that right in Hong Kong? Right?
Yeah.
What do you think was, but it was very successful at the time, what do you think was the reason for the downfall of that business? Was it just changes in the market, or they changed the philosophy?
First is the philosophy,
right?
Because the operator is different. I left Kelly 8 years ago, and then the philosophy for the company changed over the past. It go bankrupt in 2016, and then from 2010 to 2016, I know the philosophy changed drastically. And secondly, I think the rental and also labor cost kills the business.
Right.
So these two factors are also the factors I concerned when I run the business here, right. Because rental is not the factor I can really control. It
right.
depends on landlord, but how fast we opened the club, this is what we can control. Because I know some entrepreneur or some owners in China, in the fitness side, they opened rapidly. Yeah. I would say crazily, open 50 clubs yearly. That's, I think is too crazy.
Why do you think that then?
Because in 8 years time before I come over China, the least I think every owner decided is pretty low rent, very low rent. The rent I think increased at least triple or even quadruple in the past few years time. At least double, I would say at least double, sometimes to the triple. So if we opened the clubs crazily in speed, if you don't have enough managers, they can really know how to manage, we say the calm clubs, the old clubs. You keep keeping the new clubs, yes, the new club can give you cash because they got a pre-sale in China, which is pretty successful, because every pre-sale we are doing can generate at least 5 million RMB to 10 million RMB for every pre-sale. Before they open the club, we've got the cash already. So this is quick money. So a lot of entrepreneurs would like to have this kind of quick cash. Right. But we know this is not good for the business. So we have to manage the old clubs. But if you open too fast, who can manage the old clubs? Everyone go to the pre-sale because they can earn quick money. So
is it difficult to get good managers in the region?
It's hard in China because right. Every single fitness center opened crazily in China. 50 clubs a year, 30 clubs a year. We opened around 25 clubs a year in right. Tera. I think that's an optimum numbers. If they open crazily, for example, 50 clubs a year, they will keep poaching the staff, give them crazy money, to poach. I've got 2 district managers being poached by other fitness center. Give them crazy salary, triple the pay. We know this is no good. We know, as mentioned, why Kelly, in 2016 they go bankrupt because of A, the rent. B is the labor cost. If we spend too much crazily on the labor cost, they're killing the business. This is what I don't want as an operator to do. So I have to control very well on the labor cost and also very well on the number of clubs we are opening a year. We know we open more clubs, we got more cash because as mentioned, pre-sale are doing very successful in China. It's different from Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, and Malaysia. In Hong Kong, when we do pre-sale, as far as I remember, we never do 10 million RMB for a pre-sale. Before the club open, we can sell 10 million RMB. That's crazy, that's insane. But in China, yes, I've got the club which got the pre-sale, I think 3 or 4 months ago, 18 million RMB. So I say 2 to 3 million USD.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I mean, back to the States, we don't have a pre-sale before your club open, you get 2 to 3 million RMB, 2 to 3 million USD.
Right.
Cash. So that's very attractive for a lot of people. They're originally not running a fitness industry. They entered into the market.
Yeah.
And then they want to be an entrepreneur in this industry. Got to get quick cash. So this is what we want. You don't want to see, because that's killing the business. But that's why we are working with Ali Sports, Tera. We signed a contract with Ali Sports.
Alibaba, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Alibaba.
Jack Ma.
Jack Ma, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jack Ma. In China, called
So he's a, I guess for people who don't know the market, he's a very successful entrepreneur that has, I guess, the Western equivalent to Amazon, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So Jack Ma, his English name is Jack, because in China we say it's Ma Yun. Okay. And then
so you partnered up
with one of his business called Ali, because his parents' company called Alibaba.
Right.
So that's Jack Ma.
Yeah.
And then we've got that partnership with Ali Sports.
Okay.
And then we have we signed a contract with Ali Sports, and then we have the academy. We like to have the academy to have our managers, our directors, and even our VPs to train people. They may be already in the business,
right,
but they have no idea, or they have just not enough experience to run that department. We would like to train them.
Right.
So starting this year, we have that academy.
To develop people, fitness professionals in the Chinese market.
Just same what as Kelly, they train a lot of expertise in this industry.
Yeah.
So we'd like to have that kind of academy, training more expertise. If they like to serve Tera, that's great.
Yeah.
But if they like to serve other gyms or fitness center in tier 2, tier 3 cities, that's just good. Because in Tera we focus only in Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and Hangzhou. So at this stage we are not planning to open clubs other than these 5 cities. Right. So if someone they would like to have their business in other cities, you've got this academy. Yeah. You can learn here, and then you can coach you. So how can he coach us?
Yeah. So just to take you back a bit then. So you're in Hong Kong, California, they were called
California Fitness.
Yeah, California Fitness, and then you went to Will's Gym.
Will's Gym in 2010, 8 years ago.
And how many clubs did they have when you joined?
In Kelly or Will's?
In Will's.
When I joined Will's, there's 25 clubs,
okay,
if I remember correctly. 35 clubs.
And how many did they have when you left?
When I left is, I think 60 something, if I remember correctly. 60 right. something. And funny though, most of the gyms in China now is running over 100 clubs now.
Really?
Because as mentioned, open crazily in the past 3-4 years time. Yeah.
And what would you say is one of the things that you were proud about when you was at Will's achieving within that business?
The culture, as mentioned, because when I first entered the China market, the sales mentality, even the fitness team, the personal training team, the mentality is different from the US side. So I would like to bring that mindset to Will's and make sure they know not only on the dragging ins or the making cold calls, but focus on members' experience, referrals, trainers' professionalism, and also how we care about the group exercise classes. Because a lot of owners, they think a group exercise classes is just the cost for them, because they pay the instructors, that department can't generate revenue. But no, if the members fall in love with the group instructor, they bring their friends to join. Right. So I spend a lot of time in group exercise and sales and PT, make sure to change the mentality in Will's. I think this is one of the things I feel proud when I work in Will's, since 2010. And I left Wills in 2013.
Okay, and when and the business, just to paint the picture that Will's in. So Will's was a full service club where they had a group exercise and a main fitness, free weights, cardio.
Yeah, exactly.
Very traditional gym. And what you're saying is then that the mentality was you would build a club and then it would just be on the phone, try and get people in, sell.
Let's get people in and then sell, and then they are not really getting what the members need.
Right.
Just selling the price.
Okay.
Or just keep lowering the price. If they need have great numbers they just have a discount. We know we can't have discounts in the fitness side. So every single guest just wait for that day, right? So we change the mentality, make sure we are not selling people. We're making people buy. Right. How? It's not selling the price, it's selling the value. So I changed the mindset. It's not about the price, it's about the value.
Right.
When I work in Wills. Same I work in Tera.
So and just to be on that point then, so what you're saying is that the way that when you was there, initial mentality was, it's all about discount. Your view was to change it about value,
yep.
member experience,
yep.
keeping people longer, and I guess maintaining profit. I guess making the business more profitable. Is that
exactly.
Correct?
Because we know from a business perspective, from a financial perspective, we know if we keep dropping the price, and then our costs keep increasing, that's hurting the EBITDA. So I know from a mentality perspective, that's no good for the business. And for the financial perspective, this is no good for the business as well. So I spend a lot of time in training them. How I train, I go to the club, talk to them personally. Because I think, putting them in an office, 50 people sitting in a lecture room and then tell them, this is how we do the way, they can't really learn. I want to lead by example. I sell a contract, I show them how I close the deal. I never drop the price. Let them know why they need a membership. It's not about the price, it's about the value. It's they need it. So this is how I do in Wales. So that's why I love to tour the clubs. I love to talk to the staff. I love to interact with the members, so I know and I learn from the members what we need to improve. Because sometimes the culture is don't talk to the boss about the bad things. Tell him about all the good things. But then when I talk to the members, I know what we need. Oh, the water is cold, the showers, or so we need to have we fix the boiler, or this is so. I spend a lot of time in clubs.
Right. How many locations did they have? Tera. When you joined Tera?
I think it's 70 something.
70. And how many do they have now?
103.
103
clubs now.
And I know one of the things that you are known for is making the existing locations more profitable. Is that?
Yeah, because this is what I like to say. Manage the com clubs is the key, not just to open the new clubs. Right. So I will talk to the team. We open new clubs, 20 clubs every single year. On the other hand, we have to make sure every com clubs is profitable. Because we know we have the 3 leases for the new clubs. But for the old clubs, we have to pay the lease, we have to pay the utilities, we have to pay the labor costs. This is the key, this is the core of our business. Because every single core clubs, we have the members check in daily, that's all our cost line. Right. If we can't manage the old clubs or the com clubs well, that's the losing money part. Right. So you can see the numbers when I joined Tera is about 70 something clubs. Over 4 years time, just 103. I don't open a lot of clubs. I know if I open a lot of clubs, especially in the first 3 years' time, we're killing the business. For example, in City Club, in this City Club, the best revenue they can return before I come is 2 million RMB a month. But this club can drive the highest season over 10 million RMB. So in a financial perspective, same rent, pretty much same labor cost. For sure, labor cost is different, with high revenue, and then utilities, other costs are pretty much the same, even higher, just higher a little bit, but the revenue we 5 times. Wow. So from a finance perspective, we do earn more in the EBITDA perspective. So I spent a lot of time in the first few years in Tera to make sure all the old clubs are profitable.
And where did you start? What are some of the key foundations that you put in to help make them more profitable?
Right people in the right position.
Right people.
Right position. And how we can really groom them, and communicate with them. Because I think every single colleagues, single staff, have a needs. Some people they love to earn more money. Some people they love to they have their edge. So when I talk to the managers, you have to know what they need from the staff, because we know if a staff leave our company, there's a loss. So attrition rate is also what I focus, attrition rate. So make sure we don't keep training someone and they keep leaving. That's no good. So I put the right people in the right club. Some people, they may be very good in this category. They may be not good in this category or not good as a trade perspective. Maybe he's a very good sales. Why not put him in sales instead of a trainer? Because he just love to sell. You don't like to serve members, Why not put in the sales instead of a trainer? So this is what I spent a lot of time to tour the clubs, tour the 70-something clubs, make sure I put the right people in the right position, and then I keep training them, grooming them, make sure they know what they have to do daily.
Right.
Lead by example is mentioned. I love to lead by example. I show you. I mix my hand dirty.
Yeah.
Start from scratch. I make my hand dirty. Make sure hey, this is what Terry do. Hey, Terry can do that. Why don't I do that? So they have no excuse not doing that. And it takes time, but I'm happy because, as mentioned, I'm so passionate about my career.
So it's really, so what you're saying then is getting the people in the right positions and then making sure that they're happy in what they're doing.
Exactly, they're happy in what they're doing. That's you made the point that I would like to share is I talk to the staff, even they earn a lot of money, but they are upset every single day. They're frustrated every single day. Who can keep in that club or keep in that department for 5 years or 10 years time? So I think we need to know what the staff need, and then really help them, support them. Because in old days, some bad operator just keep scolding, give them pressure, yelling to the staff and say this is no good. We have to, just like a sales, we know what the staff need, and we close them, help them make money. They feel happy, they feel saturated, they feel satisfactory. They'll keep supporting you. Because I know every single staff, if they leave, especially the trainer, if they leave, we create a refund that creates, the members' complaint. I'm trained with Terry. Terry leave the company. I want to get my refund, and then I don't want to have any more trainers serve me anymore because Terry is a good trainer. And then, so I have to make sure the trainers' attrition rate is what I'm really focusing on. And then recently, I talked to the fitness team. I said, don't focus on sales. Just focus on session service, how frequent you can train the members, focus on the service quality, and focus on the attrition rate of our trainers. Just the three things I talk to the fitness team now. Right. Because in old days, we always talk about how we can generate the sales, how we can close the member, how we can overcome objection, make sure the members buy. And no. This is what I don't want to do. If we focus on the session service, because in China, or I say in Shanghai, how frequent a member work out in the gym? About once a week.
Right.
But in the States, I think even Hong Kong, maybe 4 times, 3 times. So I talked to the staff, if we can increase their training frequency, they love workout, make it as a habit. They will keep working out. We don't need to sell them a membership renewal. They will renew the membership because I love to work out. Right. And then they will keep buying the personal training because they think that's what they need. So I focus on the session service, frequency, and session service quality. So make sure the trainers are in good shape. As mentioned, you have the border composition assessment. They look like a trainer. If you say I'm a trainer but you've got a belly, you don't look like a trainer. So this is what I'm doing, and also as the attrition rate. The managers have to focus on talking to the staff, understand the staff needs, and then make sure they work happily, satisfactory in our club.
And what do you do about competition? Because you said there's a lot of people coming in, they're opening a lot of clubs. I guess some people are on price. We saw some yesterday where the price was extremely low per month. How are you dealing with the low cost increasing competition?
Frankly speaking, some members just drop into our club saying we need that price because I know some fitness centers are selling RMB $52 a month. $52, that's great. That's few bucks USD a month. We try to let the member understand if you're selling that, if you're buying that price point, it's just what your workout is killing up every day. Because in these few days, a lot of pictures in the WeChat are showing what are the members doing in that club, killing up every day. They're not working, just killing up, killing for the machines. And then we focus more on our service. We focus more on our professionalism. So they know if you buy a car, you know Ferrari is different, Lamborghini is different. So how we can be a Ferrari, how can we be a Lamborghini? That's all about training, hire the right people. So I spend a lot of time with the HR, make sure we understand what are the people we need. We don't mind to hire some what we call white paper, but we know they are passionate about fitness. You know, they care about the members. If they have no idea how to care the members, you know, how professional you are, that's no good. And then for sure, we work with a lot of academy or of a university. They major in sports science or major in sports. So we will hire some trainers, from that school, and then we train them to be a trainer. And this is what we're doing from the fitness side. And for the sales and operations, we always say we need to hire someone there. They have the energy. Yeah. They've got the passion. So this is what we always focus on with the HR in recruitment.
And where are you positioned? So, bottom, middle, top, where is your brand positioned in the China market?
So in between top and the middle. Not the top. I would say for sure not the top.
Yeah.
Because the market share for the top is so limited.
Right.
So we're not the top, we're not in the middle, just in between.
Right.
Yeah. These are the market we are tackling, and then our brand position is focused on the 25 to 45 years old guests, the members, and then that kind of range. Yeah.
Right, okay. And that's in China then, is that still a growing part of the market?
Absolutely true. Yeah.
Right.
It's still growing, and then as mentioned, when I first entered the China market years ago, people have no concept to really work out, or not that kind of mentality. It's a necessity. But in the past, I think 2 to 3 years time, a lot of my friends asking, "Hey Terry, I want to join the membership, how to work out." Especially, I think running is so popular now in China and also in other countries as well. So people love to run. People love to know how to run professionally, especially run the marathon.
Right.
So because we have a running club in Tera, we've got a staff who's very good in marathon running. So he organized, that kind of marathon training to our members. Right. So the members, they join.
Is that like an extra service you pay?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
We want to have some extra service to our members. We've got a running club, and then not only running inside our club, sometimes they will take our members outside, outdoors to run. And also we got other service to the members is the rehabilitation. So if the members, before they really get injury, same with myself, I've got tendonitis here. So I've got a physio who's fixing the problem for me. So these are the service we provide to the members to complete with the, as you mentioned, the low price point, competitor. Because we can't sell 52 RMB bucks a month membership. Just 2 grand RMB for a year. That's crazy. That's hurting us. So we focus on that kind of value.
Yeah. And what about personal training? Is that big for you guys or in the market in general?
Yeah. If we say the split is 50-50 split. We are projecting 2 billion RMB this year in revenue. So 50 is personal training, and then 50% is membership sales at this stage. And as mentioned, we've got the rehab side. We want to grow also in this category as well.
Yeah. What percentage of your members take on personal training?
Around 30-something%.
30%?
It's growing from, it depends on clubs, seriously.
Right.
As a company-wise, it's around 30-something%.
Right.
In some clubs, members are more focused on personal training. Yeah. They think they need personal training. In some clubs, the members are doing better than years ago. They think we need a membership, but not a personal training. Because I talk to the trainers, we are not selling them personal training, we're making them buy. So keep providing them service, make sure they understand this is what they need. Right. So it depends on clubs. As a company-wise, it's around 30-something%.
Right. And how popular is the low cost here compared to the US or any other markets? Is low cost just entering the market? Is it been here for a while and it's just part of what you have to deal with, or how would you sort of assess that end of the market? For example, certainly in Europe and in America, there's that's a big part of the marketplace, and it's still affecting people in that middle area. What is it like in China? Is it still yet to come, or is it here?
It's yet to come.
It's yet to come.
Most of our members, as mentioned, we are focused on the middle to the top, that range. So we are serving mainly that group of members. But for that part, as you mentioned, Tera, we didn't spend a lot of effort in that level. Yeah. But I think it's yet to come. Because especially in Shanghai, people are more aware of the importance of healthy.
Yeah.
So I think that part is yet to come.
Do you think that will affect your business, or do you think that will just bring in a different part of the market when the more low-cost operators come in?
You mean the low-cost operator?
Yeah.
I think there will be more to come because in the past few years' time, a lot of owners, they opened their cup crazily, but in this year, I think over next year as well, they realize the lease and the cost increase drastically. What they can do is to lower the price point to attract more guest traffic into the club, just to maintain the business. So I think there will be more to come, but this will not be a long term. This will not be a long term.
Right. What's your views on the sort of boutique studios?
The studios, yeah. A lot of our trainers, they resigned and then they opened their own studios, their workshop, we say. It's getting very popular in China, in Shanghai especially. I think in the next few years' time, there will be more to come. But I think the difference from a traditional gym and our studio is we have membership here. Every single day, we have new member coming in, and then this new member may become a personal trainer, may become our personal training members. But in that kind of boutique studios, they're only serving the old PT members. Right. They don't have any new members coming in every single day. So I think they need to focus more on the service side. Make sure they don't have any members, the PT members losing.
Right.
Selling this out. But yes, we've got a lot of trainers, they would like to open their business. They would like to have their own business, to run their own business. So they have their own boutique studios. Yeah. In Hong Kong, I think one of the reasons that Kelly may go bankrupt in 2016 because a lot of trainers, they're running their own studios.
Yeah. Do you think that's a threat to your business model?
No, it's not a threat. I just talked to some trainers. Talk to me, Terry. I want to have because I spend a lot of time in clubs. They say, Terry, I want to open my studios. Is it good? I say, you have to think. You don't have new members, but in here you got new members every single day. For example, in this club we've got 10 to 15 new members every single day. All these 15 members may become your members, become our PT members. But that kind of studio, they don't have sales department. They only have PT. Right. And secondly, they have to make sure they know about the rent as well. If they're doing good, I think the landlord will have the rent, top up, in the next, the lease. So I told them, so if you work in our industry, you can just have a split with us. You don't need to care about the insurance. You need to care about the other issues. But if you open your own business, that's completely different. Right. So I talk to them. If they still insist on Tera to open business, I really support them. I'll talk to them, what they have to be careful. Because running a business is different, from you being a personal trainer. Yeah. Yeah. But for the workshops, it's only affecting our personal trainers' attrition rate. So that's why I emphasize in the attrition rate. I need to make sure the trainers understand it's not about the money. Most of the trainers, they leave us or leave a gym to open the studio because of money. Because they think, in Tera, I only got 35% in all of the session service, commission. If I opened my studio myself, I can get all of it. But they don't have the mindset, they have the concept that you have to calculate the rent, you have to calculate utilities, you have to calculate janitorial, you have to calculate all others cost lines as well. So actually it's the same. So this is what I talk to them.
Yeah. What are some of the sort of risks or threats that you see to your business model over the next few years that you need to be planning for?
It's the era of OTO. So
Well,
we have,
just explain O2O for people who don't know.
online to offline.
Okay.
It's people, they buy something online and then they will have their service offline in our gym. So
Okay.
O2O is online to offline service. So we cannot focus on the old, as mentioned, the old gas generation program. Our business rely heavily on gas generation. So I spend a lot of time in marketing to make sure we got the support to the sales team, not the flyers, not the drag-in gift, but the online to offline campaign. For example, the short-term membership. In old days, all short-term membership, for example, 1 day pass or 1 week pass, that the member or the guest will think that costs zero. Okay. But in the past few years' time, we let the member and let the guest understand that's the value of it. So we don't give away free trial again.
There's no free trial.
There's no free trial again. No free trial again, unless we got some partnership with the bank or with some company. Otherwise, no free trial. So that's the value for every single pass. So a lot of people now they buy something online. So we've got also our online shop. So the guests, they can choose the Tera short-term membership. For example, a week or 2 weeks, they buy a STM short-term membership online and they enter the club to work out. So this mentality and this strategy have to change, because the old sales guy, they still bear in mind about the old campaign they need. So this is the first thing we have to be careful.
And what sort of, just on that, so what type of memberships do you offer then at the moment
in Tera? In club, we're selling 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years membership. Right. But we try to, and we're planning to eliminate the 10 years membership. We don't want to sell 10 years membership. It's a really long membership. And then when I remember 8 years ago, did a lot of lifetime membership. There's no more lifetime membership, in the past 4 years, 4 or 5 years time. The first phrase is, as mentioned, the lifetime membership. Eliminate that, no more lifetime, and then no more 10 years of membership. And then I would like to, another step is 5 years membership as well. So we want to focus on 1 year, 3 years, and maybe probably 4 years at most. But it takes time. It takes a lot of effort to eliminate the lifetime membership, because if we focus on referrals, if I'm a lifetime member, I will bring a friend to join a lifetime membership. And they'll say, sorry, you don't have that membership. They'll hesitate. But I know some gyms are still selling lifetime membership. But we know that's killing the business. So yeah, we need something out of it, not just something new out of it, not just so focus on the long-term membership. So as mentioned, online to offline campaign we're focusing on to make sure we catch up to speed with the era we have. And secondly is just to make sure the trainers, they have more product knowledge. Not only the traditional, weight training, but we do a lot of trainings for some kettlebell, TRX, and then as mentioned, rehab, and also other sports massage. So the members can feel there are different variety from our trainers. They're not only buying the traditional weight training. So the second thing, and also we do a lot of activities. So tomorrow we got a huge event outdoors. I hope the weather will be good tomorrow.
Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Yeah, exactly. So outdoors Group X event, a whole day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. A whole day, the Smith program, and then the guests can join the classes, and then if they love our classes, I think they will join the membership. But in the old days, they don't do a lot of this kind.
And this is a member event, is it?
Member and non-members event.
Right.
Member can bring their friend to work out together. Because, for example, we have 100 body pumps together, 100 body jumps together. So there's this huge, and the members can feel the energy out of it. And then we hope their friends will also enjoy it and join the membership. It's not about how we sell. We create that kind of event, and they really participate, and they experience it. It's great, just to join the membership. But this is what we want to do to change the old sales techniques. Yeah. Just lowering the price, the discount. This is not the way we want to do.
I guess the market's so big, and there's so many cities that don't have fitness. What's your plans on expanding?
In China, there's a lot of cities, but in Tera, we talk to the board. We focus on Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and Hangzhou at this stage only.
Right.
Because we know other cities are great. They're great cities, but we don't have that kind of manpower to stretch our manpower. I know if I stretch too much on my manpower, the service may not be as good as what we can provide now. So we focus on these cities at this stage.
Right, and is that so that you can have trainers and managers that understand how to run clubs. Is that
Yeah.
right?
So we got most of our clubs in Shanghai, and so I spend most of the time here. So every single day we've got that kind of club touring to train them, so they know this is our strategy. We know a lot of fitness centers in China, they open in different cities. So it's really hard to manage because the manpower just scatter around.
And that affects the quality of what you. So you guys, I guess, being more of a quality operator, you would struggle just to expand as much because you couldn't maintain that quality. Is that one of the reasons?
Yes, I want to focus more on quality instead of just quantity.
Yeah.
Because if I want to open clubs in other cities, yes, we've got that kind of network, we've got the cash flow, but the issue is we can't maintain that kind of service quality we have in Shanghai, Beijing, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, and Hangzhou.
Yeah. And talking generally then about the market in China then, what's your prediction, or as best as you can, for the next sort of 5 years? You know, where do you see the market going in terms of business models and expansion?
I think there will be more, as you mentioned, the studios, like the boutique studios, they will keep opening. And then for this kind of scale, fitness center, only those who are keep hiring, the price can survive. If you keep lowering the price, I don't think they can really, operate in the long-term perspective. Because I think and I believe the rent will keep increasing every single year. The cost line keep increasing every single year. That kind of gym, it keeps selling the low price point. Just like just California Fitness. And then for that kind of boutique, they will still can be operated, for a period of time. But only those can provide, great service, and then good trainers can manage that kind of boutique studios. Yeah. But not every trainers can. Because some trainers, they just open their studios with 5 clients and 10 clients. They open their studios with 2 trainers together. I don't think they will really survive. But for some really, high quality trainers, I think they can do good. Just maintain their client. But not every single trainer, because I worked as a trainer before, not every single trainer, they can maintain their client base. Right. They will have their client base losing out.
Yeah. And what about international investors, so people who come from outside of China? What do you think are some of the things that they probably don't know that they should before they get into the market? What are some of the common mistakes that international investors make?
The financial model is a financial model. In the States or in a lot of Asian countries, they are selling dues, monthly dues. But in China at this stage, we can only sell, or we're selling year membership.
Okay.
There's no dues. There's no monthly dues at this stage. So when I work in Cali or when I work in Tera Fitness, majority of our membership are dues, monthly dues. So it takes time to change the mentality and how the sales to sell membership. Because in Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, we sell a dues membership. But here is the lowest price point is a year membership. There's no monthly membership. So that's one of the difference. And secondly, it's funny, in other cities, if a manager leave the company, just maybe he left the company, that's the end of the story. But in China, if a manager left a company, the whole team will leave the company as well. That's what I learned years ago. So, for example, if that club, the managers leave, might probably be empty with no sales or no sales at all. So this is different, because I think sometimes the mentality is different. So we create that kind of the outcome. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So financially about the deals and also the mentality. One leave, the whole team may leave as well. Yeah. But this is maybe different from other Asian cities. Yeah.
And is it difficult to operate here compared to Hong Kong, Singapore, where you've been? Is it a more difficult market to run a business?
No, I don't think it's difficult, just different.
Right.
Just different. And I love the culture here. I love the members here, and especially the space we can grow is huge here.
Really?
The population, the government support, and also the mentality. Before, they just think working in the gym is not a necessity. But now a lot of our guests think, yeah, I have to work in the gym. I'm not going to gym. What's the price, you know? And then, can I buy a short-term membership? Yeah, we've got short-term membership, you know. We're not only selling long-term. So this is what I can take out of the 8 years' time.
Yeah. And in terms of the consumers, is fitness becoming a more important part of people's lifestyle?
Yeah, absolutely true.
Right.
As mentioned, when they finish their workload, they like to join our running club to run, and then every time when they have the Shanghai Marathon or Beijing Marathon, the members are asking, do you have any training, you know, for marathon, you know? But in the past 4 or 5 years ago, they never asked about this. You know, running is so popular in China, and people have got awareness of working out. They know they're getting wealthier, and they know they need to be healthy as well. So they have the need to be healthy. How you get to be healthy? Health food, yes. Workout, yes. So the mentalities, you know, really change a lot.
And is that mainly driven by the younger people in terms of, you know, what's sort of pushing it up, or is it all ages, do you think?
Mainly the youngsters, yes. The youngsters, yes. And also the people that retire, they also get a place. They love to swim. In Shanghai, a lot of members, they love to swim. So you see a lot of our clubs have the swimming pool, huge swimming pool. Right. So if you got time, you can have a look at our swimming pool. It's a huge swimming pool, and they love to. The people in the younger age, they love to work out, functional training, running marathon, and then football or even squash. But the elder members, they love to have swimming.
Yeah.
Even the kids, some members, you know, we have the family membership. They bring the kids to work out, mainly swimming.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I've noticed that a lot the brand is important. How much of the fitness boom is for it also to be, for the younger people, part of the identity? You know, it's also you know, having a membership card is part of your identity. Is it more sort of just for health reasons, or is it also part of what you should do as a kid?
It's a health reason at this stage. I think it's a health reason. Other than not really, you know, showing off, no. It's just for health reason. They join a fitness center, they want to work out, they want to, some members, they want to make friends, especially in the Group X classes. We got a lot of Group X classes. They can, you know, interact with the other new members as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not the kind of identity, but, you know, working out and making friends.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the final question. Then you've had a very interesting and successful career in this business so far. The podcast itself is called Escape Your Limits, and what it means is doing something that maybe you've personally believed you couldn't do, or other people have said that you can't do. So what would be an example of where in your career you've escaped your own limits?
When I left my comfort zone in 2005, because I started off as a personal trainer, and I've been running the fitness department for 7 or 8 years' time. I'm very experienced in running a fitness team. But in 2005, my boss asked me to run a yoga project. That is completely different from what I know. And then I have to leave my comfort zone and to run not only the fitness department, but a yoga business with sales, marketing, operations, and also back office. That's really, at that time, scary for me. But I choose to leave my comfort zone, and then I learn, you know, I also make sure I'm dirty. Funny though, you know, when I was the fitness director at that stage, in 2005, and then I jumped from the fitness director to the My Yoga general manager. I sent out flyers to promote our club. I learned how to make calls. I learned how to have the towels, you know, prepare for members. This is what, you know, I really think I really leave my comfort zone at that stage, and I learned a lot of it. Without that experience, you know, I can't be a total operator.
No.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Terry, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks,
it's been
Matthew,
a very interesting experience. I wish you luck, and I'm sure you've got a lot more ahead of you. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you. Cheers. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, then please go over to iTunes and subscribe to the Escape Your Limits podcast. Leave a review, leave a comment. It really would help us a lot to continue to keep these going.